Hello, Creative Gems. Welcome to Creativity. How is everyone today? I'm Sandy, and today we are going to take two empty tissue boxes and glam each one up with a mirror effect. The first tissue box will be embellished with a silver gift bag like this one. This one from the Dollar Tree has a nice teardrop design. The first step is to use a pair of scissors or box cutter to cut the gift bag into pieces to cover each side of the tissue box. The easiest way is to cut one side of the bag into the biggest piece you can. Then use your tissue box as a template to cut the gift bag to size for each side of the tissue box. And while we work on that, I would like to take a moment to thank all the returning viewers to my channel for tuning in to today's craft project. If you're visiting for the first time, I would like to extend a warm welcome. And if you enjoy glam home decor and DIY crafts on a budget, I would love it if you would support my channel by hitting the subscribe button so you can be notified of my future DIY craft videos. Once each of your pieces are cut to size, it's time to adhere them to the outside of the tissue box. Here I have chosen to use clear tacky glue, which will give a secure hold, but won't cure as quickly as hot glue. That way you have enough time to adjust the positioning of each piece of gift bag. When working each piece, I would recommend to leave the top piece for the last, as it will require some extra finesse to get it to fit properly over the opening where the tissue will come out of. Here you can see there are some gaps on the sides of the tissue box. You'll want to close those up with a bit of hot glue so the surface of the sides are as flat as possible before you adhere the gift bag pieces over top. And here's what the box looks like with 5 sides covered so far. When working each side, I would recommend to leave the top piece for last as it will require some extra finesse to get the top piece to fit properly over the opening where the tissue will come out of. I found the easiest way to cut the top piece to shape. Use a piece of tracing paper and place it over the top of the opening. Then, using a marker, carefully trace the round shape of the opening. Next, using your box cutter or a pair of scissors, cut the opening out. For this step, you may want to take your time to ensure that you cut the gift bag into the correct shape of the opening. Once the top piece is cut to shape, it's ready to be secured to the top of the tissue box. Then use some embellishments to frame the opening. Here I'm using a row of silver border sticker gems to create the border. It also serves to camouflage the opening in case the circular opening was not cut perfectly oval or round. Here you can see I'm also applying some rhinestone ribbon for the edges of the tissue box to hide the seams. If you want to know which rhinestone ribbons I'm using, I'll leave a link to my Amazon store down below in the description box. And here is what the tissue box looks like so far with all the seams covered. The box already looks so beautiful and elegant. At this point, you can decide to keep the box as is, or in my case, I will continue to embellish it with some clear teardrop-shaped flat-back gems. If you are satisfied with the way the box looks already though, you can simply skip this step and move on to the final step to build legs for the box. To build legs for the box, we will need 4 large diamond-shaped gems available from Dollarama. I will anchor them in the silver ornament caps by inserting 1 gem into the hole of the cap and securing with some hot glue. Once the 4 legs are created, turn the tissue box upside down so we can secure each leg to the bottom of the box with a little hot glue. The ornament cap should be secured directly to the bottom of the box, one in each corner of the box. And here is the final look for our first tissue box. I'll show you later how to get the tissues inside the box. For our second tissue box, we are going to use this mirrored paper. The reason we are using this mirrored paper instead of real mirrors is because I could not find mirror tiles that were the exact size I needed for the tissue box, and it was too difficult for me to try and cut the mirror pieces to size. This mirrored paper is so easy to work with because you can cut it to size simply with a pair of scissors or box cutter. To begin, take one piece of the paper and trace the shape of the tissue box. Here I started with the largest side first. Then, just as we did earlier, we're going to use some tracing paper to trace out the oval shape of the opening. Once we have all the pieces cut, it's time to use some tacky glue to adhere each piece to the exterior of the tissue box. Since this mirror paper does not have any design or pattern to it, I'm finding the tissue box looking a little plain. So we are going to take more of that beautiful rhinestone ribbon and adhere the ribbon to the seams of the tissue box. This time I'm choosing a much wider piece for each seam. I'm embellishing the opening of the tissue box by adding a row of really pretty border pearl and gem stickers to create a frame around the opening. And the final step is to add some legs to this tissue box to give it some height. This time I have chosen some small mirrored ornament balls I found at the dollar store. These ones look like mini disco balls. I will snip off the string from each and then use some hot glue to adhere each onto the bottom of the tissue box, one on each corner of the box. And here's the final look for our second glam tissue box. It looks absolutely gorgeous, even better in person. I'm going to show you how to insert a stack of tissues into each box now. You'll notice I'm wearing gloves on the hand that I'm using to insert the tissues with. That is so we can keep everything nice and sanitary. See how easy and quick it was to insert the stack of tissue. And the good news is now you have yet another empty tissue box you can craft with. Comment down below and let me know which tissue box you like best. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and share with other creative gems. Also, hit the notification bell and check out these next videos for more ideas on how to upscale your empty tissue box and cardboard boxes.